The Year That Wasn't.
Hi, this is me, Jane, and this is the Raj Shamani. I've watched so many of his videos, and I'm sure you have watched this man do his thing, and it's pretty magical. Thanks so much for joining us, man.
Thank you so much for inviting me here. You give me such energy, which now reflecting from my face as well.
That's nice. I mean, this is a very special episode of The Year That Wasn't. It's a tribute to 2020 and what all happened in that year for you to kickstart things. What was 2020 like?
Whoa, it has been a roller coaster ride for me. I mean, it was something which I never expected because in two terms. Because one, A, it was unexpected for the entire world. B, it gave me a transition in my career. So yeah.
That's fantastic. I mean, transition in your career mainly because every video you put out there, it's so, I don't know how you do this, because to nail it in the content creation game within like 30 seconds or within 15 seconds or within like under a minute, it's really challenging, but you get it and you have so much of energy and life, and every line that you put out there has a meaning, and people like watching it thrice to just get the whole gist. How do you do that? I'm sure there has to be a mantra, or is there no mantra?
There's no mantra. There's only thing. I was born. I was just say I've made myself a speaker, right? I wanted always be on the stage and speak in front of people, and that's what I was doing since couple of years. And all of a sudden, pandemic happened, and like, what do? I waited for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. I was like, this is never ending. I need to figure out a way where I can channelize that speaking energy into my content, because that's just natural me, and that's what I started doing. I started breaking down. Then I started going through my speeches and be like, okay, I've given around 200 speeches. So how do I break each of them of 60 minutes into now 30 seconds? How do I do that? I just did that, and that picked up. So yeah, it's just me trying to communicate whatever I've communicated in the past in 30 seconds now.
That's amazing, man. I mean, do you think we are going to this cross culture of how, test matches became, T20s? Is that what is happening to the content creation game, like overall?
No, absolutely not. I wouldn't say that. Like, I mean, it's just a way of, because see, now more people are coming on the internet. So when more people come in, there are more options. They want to explore more before they could decide which one to watch for longer time. So people who love cricket, they still watch test cricket. But Absolutely. People who don't like cricket, it's T20 or IPL is just another way to get them in the zone of cricket and be like. So Reels or TikTok or all these short form content is just another way for people who are not consuming video content for them to start consuming. And then long form is always going to be there. People are still watching Netflix, right? Binge watching 12 hours a day.
Have you ever binge watched 12 hours a day? Like, have you ever wasted a day like that? I wouldn't say wasted. Like enjoyed a 12-hour marathon or something.
No, I haven't been lucky that way. So,
because I really did not know that you were just 24 and you started this like at 16. Tell me a little bit about how young people are just turning the whole table, all the tables around, because you see so many under Gen Zs, like, I don't know what the generation is called also, who are like just experimenting. And
iGeners.
Yeah. Oh, they're called iGeners?
Yeah, internet generation.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Are you an iGener or you're?
No, I'm a millennial. I'm a Gen Z.
Okay, fine. You're still on this side of things, right?
So I'm the last person. Like 96 is the last age to fall into Gen Z, and then after that, everyone is iGener.
It's so funny because I am 84 and I start millennials and you end Gen Z, and then a couple of years down, I don't know if we are going to be relevant. No, I'm kidding. But yeah. I mean, like, what's really happening with this entire content creation game for young people who are just so driven? Competition is so extreme. How do you like stand out?
See, the whole game is the competition has been like this in every field since, like, in your age as well. I mean, with everyone, it's just about the aspiration. So, right, when we were 15, early on, we were taught that, okay, doctor or engineer or these kind of people are only ones who are actually successful, and they were shown us as role models. Today, YouTuber is a role model as well. And the kid who was supposedly starting to see the world around 18 or 19 or 20, now is starting to see world when he's 11 or 12. That's why there's an urge to become early on. That's why everybody wants to get their hands dirty. And if you see that trying to get it, like, the ticket size is very low. It's very easy to become a content creator today. So that's why everybody's like, when it's easy, when I get to know about them early on and I have a role model since the age of 12, why not start it when I'm 15 or 16? So that's the whole game. Like, why do wait? Yeah.
Yeah. So how did it start for you? Because I was reading an article on how you were selling soaps door to door. Is that a real story, or is that one
Yeah,
of
yeah,
those
yeah.
clickbait worthy,
No, no,
you
no.
know?
It's a real story, but I don't know what these guys done. Like they made it more like a clickbait, but it's a real story. Okay. Now I really want to clarify here. Like it wasn't like I was on streets and that's why I had to sell it a door to door.
Right.
Just I just didn't have money to put it a billboard and I didn't know what to do and how to market myself. That's why I did door to door. So people actually are now misconcepting with it like, oh Raj, were you that poor? I was like, no, no, no. I had a house. I had like my parents were paying for everything. I went to a private school. I had a pretty comfortable life. It's just I didn't have 2-3 lakhs or 5 lakhs to put it on a billboard for a month. That's why I had to go door to door and spread the word out. So let me clarify this first. I literally did
Interesting.
that.
Right.
And okay, so I wanted to do that because I was my father's role model for me, right? And when you, so my father left his studies when he was 10, when he was in 10th, and he was the topper of the state at that time, and still he had to do it. And then and he was homeless, okay, when he was young. So he built an entire, like an empire or whatever you call it today, which we have. Like he had now I was blessed enough to have food on my table, shed over my head, and clothes to wear. I was like, this guy's inspiration. Now I can't study, I can't play sports well, I'm not able to speak in good like I can't speak and communicate well. I need to figure out something to do because ये बहुत pressure आ रहा है. I'm the eldest son in the entire family. Like my father has done so much. So that was like, I treated him as an inspiration and I wanted to do something so that I could be not called someone like, yo, bas baap ke paison pe ji raha hai. That was a transition for me. And that's how I started doing something which eventually became a good business today.
Well, in 2020, you put out so many videos out there and you just said you couldn't speak very well. But I think that your thought process is so succinct, is so clear, is to the point, whether it's about finance or cryptocurrency or what Elon Musk is saying, anything, or like just the news of the last couple of days. Like you have a very clear, precise way of putting things together. So for content creators out there who's still all over the place, what's your shout out to make that transition from to you?
Consistency. There's no other game. It's just you have to be consistent. It's okay. So I go big on, I have never learned public speaking. I've never learned how to create content. I don't know all of this. I'm not a very book or a jargony kind of person. I go with two things. I'm big on it. One, observation. Two, consistency. That's it. You observe what other people are doing, why they are best. You observe what you are doing. You observe what people are telling you. You observe what is working, what is not working. And then just whatever is working, whatever other people working for other people, and whatever you feel comfortable in, you just do it again and again, again and again, again and again. That's it. Everybody's seeing like now videos, oh, now his videos are doing million, now his videos are doing this. People don't realize since the day I think the reel has been launched till today, there haven't been even one day where I've missed a reel. So I've created around more than 200, 220 pieces now. And I don't know anyone who has created 220 pieces in a year in at least my field.
Absolutely. I mean, in terms of that whole motivational that space, I don't think Shetty is as consistent with reels at least. I mean, yeah, he's putting out a lot of motivational content, but I saw you smirk there a bit. Are you a fan of the man?
Yeah, of course, of course. Lisi, you grow up. I grew up watching them, so I have a big I fascinate this guy, but I love Gary more. So I'm not a spiritual kind of person.
I've heard this from a lot of boys. Actually, there are lots of girls who follow Jay Shetty. Do you think there's like a sex profiling that you've done as to what your demographic is like? Are there more girls following you, Raj?
So current ratio right now is 56% boys and 44% girls. So I think there are a lot of people who are not interested in spirituality as well.
In the Indian space, you're a front runner, in this sort of content. Do you think that being the first mover in this space is going to give you that much more of leverage? Because this is not something you see very often. So anybody who sees it is motivated and inspired. Is that something that you thought of when you started putting out those reels?
No, not really. In fact, this was more difficult for me because earlier people didn't even realize that this is the kind of content we should consume on Instagram or platforms like that. And even today, like if you see worldwide, the space is very small. If you talk about, let's say, Jay Shetty, right? He's the biggest in the world right now. He is doing at 8-10 million. That's it. That's the world best. And if you see other fields, entertainment, that's 100 million, 120 million, 130 million. So automatically the size of the space is very small. Plus I speak in English. That again gives me a very small size in the country like India. And plus I started speaking in a field where nobody was creating content. So the market size is very small. I am just fortunate enough that I've been able to pave it in a nice way that I'm getting a good pie now.
In 2020, who were some of the creators you thought also broke the internet from an Indian, subcontext? Like,
Oh,
in your field, of course, you have Jay, but then in India, you were a first mover. But in other spaces and brackets, who were some people you really looked up to?
okay. Now, like I would definitely say, because most of the friends who I have now, I'm proud to call them friends, because earlier they were just inspiration for me. And they also broke internet in 2020. Like Abhi and New, I love their content if you know about them. Abhi and New, that they're killing it. Then Masoom Meenawala, she's absolutely ravishing. She has been doing this since a couple of years now, but she also killed it on the internet with a lot of new content. Then Rachna Ranade, CA Rachna Ranade, she broke the internet again. There are a lot of creators like these three people who I absolutely love. That's why I want to put it out.
What about in the space of comedy? Are you a fan of, say, Niharika, Danish Seth, people like that who are putting out stuff?
I don't watch a lot of comedy content, so that's why I think I don't know which one to choose, because I've only seen a couple of specials. So I'm a big fan of Zakir Khan because I've seen his specials. I've never really consumed comedy content on Reels or Instagram, so can't really comment on it. I know, but Danish has been doing like commendably good, and Niharika, she broke the internet as well.
Absolutely.
But I have no clue about anyone else.
That's amazing. I mean, you've been really invested in your game. If you had to give a little tip to everybody who's possibly going to enter your space, are you going to be welcoming and say, "Come, let's make this pie larger"? And
Absolutely, I do that. I do that right now itself. Like a lot of my friends who we all started together, but then now in terms of numbers, they have not reached a place where I have reached, fortunately. So these guys, I help them a lot with everywhere. I'm like more than happy. I promote them left, right, center. I love it because see, the pie is too big. Like the size is too big, and it only makes sense where we all come together and dominate the entire industry, rather than give it to few people who are trying to scam people. Like it's good to, somebody who's coming from the shed and working really, really hard for it. It's kind of my moral responsibility as well to pick that guy up and come with me. Let's all grow together.
Fantastic. I mean, you made a reel on it about collaboration versus competition.
Exactly. I believe in hardcore because I can't win alone.
Absolutely. And I mean, when you grow with other people, and this is something that I have as a conversation with every guest who's come on this particular edition, they all are talking about people building communities these days. We saw that, like, say, with Under 25 a couple of years ago. We're seeing that in local communities. Like, I have so many friends who belonging to communities who say play football together, or, who game together, who do virtual reality together. I mean, is this the way forward for young people like you to build communities and grow a larger than life sort of an enterprise overall?
Yeah, absolutely. I believe a lot in the power of community. Okay, because this is how I see the world. When you say like it's 2050 or 2070 or 2080 or like some extreme, that I see the kingdom coming back to the place. Like we all are going to have our small kingdoms based on central idea, not on the boundaries. Now it's going to be, there are going to be finance lovers hanging out together, there are going to be entertainment lovers hanging out together. So it's I think if we are getting a chance to shape it in a good way, it's actually like kind of my responsibility to pick all the right people up and we all can form communities together, because tomorrow, this is the future. This is what I believe in.
Fantastic. You made a reel about how India has added so many billionaires during the pandemic year, right? Tell us a little bit about how money, passion come together for young content creators. This was not even a concept 10 years ago, and suddenly this is what it's become.
Yeah, I have a very different take on passion. I really don't believe that there's anything sort of passion, right? It's just something you love doing, you start doing it, and then all of a sudden people start appreciating you. And when people start appreciating you, you feel like, oh my God, this is my passion. So it all goes to like external validation and internal happiness. That's what it is. And at the end of the day, we all need money, right? I said, like, I'm not gonna try to pretend be like I'm a saint that who is not driven by money, because at the end of the day, money buys me time, and time is all we want, right? You don't want to you want time in your hand to be able to do whatever you want to do, and that can only be bought by money. It can't be bought by followers. It can't be bought by your fame or the content or whatever it is. So you need money. And if you're a content creator who is just thinking about not building ways to build, monetary avenues for himself or herself, then you're going to face trouble. Like you really, really need to figure out a way where you can actually mix up your love for doing something what you're doing with how can you make money.
I mean, I
With
saw that.
that being with that being said, you should not also cheat people. So like be honest and be authentic about how you want to make money and just do that.
That's interesting. I mean, I saw that clickbait-worthy article that said, "Man who sold soaps from door to door to a person who owns a 200 crore company," which you don't talk too much about in your reels, but then it's out there. And it's interesting to know that, it is possible for you to make money and to shine and to, invest. And these are things that you really talk about. So when it comes to young people and finances these days, what are you seeing as trends, that you would like people to definitely follow so that they can do what they love, but also make money on the side?
Oh, so one thing is like, I think it's not a trend, but I would want it to become a trend is like invest daily is something which now people are considering, but they're not still doing it because it's very difficult to understand finance and where to put what. And there are a lot of apps which have come up in the picture that with artificial intelligence, they help you, like plan your finances and then you can start doing it. So there's one definite thing which I want everyone to do it. Just take out 100 rupees a day from your pocket. That's it. Just that's it. And by the end of 15 year, you'll end up having a lot of lakhs.
That's interesting, man. You've not made a reel on this yet?
No, not yet. I'm planning to do that soon.
I think you should do that. 100 rupees to crorepati. How? I mean, I love the way that you think, like you wake up in the morning and while you are, planning your breakfast and the rest of the day, do you like note down, okay, this is what I'm going to talk about today? Does it come in your dream? Are you like Archimedes is like in your bathtub or whatever? How do these ideas come to you?
Oh, this is very difficult right now. In fact, I'm facing a content block. What do you call it?
Like writer's block.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know, creative block or content block. Because so what happens once you start creating content, so I started with this, like I didn't want likes, I didn't want anything, right? I just wanted to break down the messages which I've learned in my life in simpler way. How can I explain it to a 5-year-old? That was my agenda. But once you start getting likes, you kind of pressure yourself, oh, last one did better, so even this one has to be better. And then you start discarding all the ideas which you have. You're like, nah, this one's not good, this one's not good, this one's not good. And that becomes a process. So the best way to overcome that is start hanging out with a lot of people and start watching a lot of content. Because once you start picking up new things, you start talking about it. Once you start talking about it, all of a sudden you have a take on it, you have an opinion about it. And that opinion becomes a content piece.
That's fantastic. So, I mean, for somebody who's in your space and genre in 2020 and the next 5 years forward, say in a motivational genre, but something that strikes the iron hot, how exactly do you think somebody should, plan their 5 years without having that content block issue? Do they have to have a team? Do they have to keep writing? Do they have to keep, hanging out with content creators? Is there like a 3-step process where they can get there?
Okay, so there's one process, right? Number one is you can't produce if you can't consume. That's the whole game. So you need to be a good consumer of content. So you need to consume a lot of things and then you start needing to talk about it. So first thing is you just hang out with a lot of people. Like that's my game. Okay. Then I watch a lot of movies because once I start watching movies, I'm like, oh freak, this happened with me in real life. And then that becomes a content piece. How can I relate it with my real life? And number 3, the best way to do is start using Twitter. So what happens is, let's say if I'm talking to you right now, right? So I just talked about, for example, like how not to get a content block. I talked about start using Twitter. So then I just tweet about it. Oh, start using Twitter if you don't want to have a content block. Boom, you tweeted it. Then that Twitter becomes your journal. And when you have to make a 30-second content or a 1-minute content or 1-hour content, you go back to Twitter and be like, oh, this is what I tweeted. So this becomes a whole content piece.
That's interesting. And also, I mean, when Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp are all done together, we knew only Twitter worked. It's always good to have different avenues.
No, Twitter for me is like note section. Generally, it's a note section. So you automatically, it is helping me produce and be active on another platform. That's one. And B, it's giving me notes. So whatever I'm going through during the day. So let's say the other day I was waiting for Lyft. Okay. And so I thought, let me tweet this, that I'm going to tweet it tonight itself, that the worst part about living at a height is you have to wait for somebody to get you down.
That's a really good one. And especially say you're on the 20th floor, like, and you don't have a
Yeah,
very fast
I
lift.
live on 55th, so imagine the lift doesn't come.
Oh, oh my God. By the time you get down, it's a minute. You would have created one. You could create lift reels now.
Yeah. Oh,
What
that's an
happens on the
interesting
way
idea.
down, eh? Yeah. The way up while you're going down. Interesting. So, I mean, your mind is constantly ticking and it's going on and on. But do you have enough time to do things other than content? When you're in the content game, do you get tired of it all? Do you
The
shut it down?
only way I'm able to create content is because I have other things to do.
Really? What are the other
Yeah.
things that you do?
Other things like my business, I've started investing in a lot of companies now. So I'm actively looking at companies, I'm looking at news, I'm looking at stocks, I'm looking at a lot of things. So just because I'm trying to figure out where to invest, where to put my mind on, how to study, what to study, how do people think, how do they buy, and how to run a company, how to lead people, how to hire new people. So all of that things which I'm doing on day-to-day basis, the firefighting of an entrepreneur, which you say that it's very popular. So if I'm not doing firefighting on daily basis, I won't be able to create content, because that firefighting gives me clarity to, oh, this is what I did wrong, this is what I did right, this is the content.
So basically, problems create opportunities, and you have to constantly be
Absolutely.
battling it in real life, in business, and everywhere else. What is one thing that Raj does that has nothing to do with his content game at all? Something that really never creeps up. Is there something like that you do?
Oh, that has that has nothing to do with content.
Yeah, just an interesting question. I want to know because, I had a guest some time ago, and he's all about, he's all about virtual reality and gaming. So I asked him, what did he do in 2020? That had nothing to do with that. And he was like, he got married, so he was cleaning the dishes, and now he's in the top 1% of people who can clean dishes really well and a wife of games. So I mean, yeah, that
Oh,
doesn't get into his work. So stuff like
it's
that.
very
Do you
diff-
have?
it's it's very difficult to sing. I play a lot of TT, that has nothing to do with my content. I play a lot of
But I
sports.
mean,
That's
one month down the line, when you have content, when you have a content block, we'll have a TT story, right?
Yeah, that's that way. Oh, that's one thing which I do regardless. I have a very good night routine which I follow before I go to, like a good skincare routine which I started following during the lockdown now since a year. That's something which has nothing to do with my content, that never has come up. I've never endorsed any brand, anything of that sort. It's just out of pure like love for my skin, for myself.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, so you do things apart from your own content to get things out
Absolutely,
there.
absolutely. I am a normal human being. I have a knack for entertainment as well.
Do you have time for romance? Because there are lots of reels out there that has to do with how the girl of your dreams should support you. I really love that reel. That has reached so many. Is that from real experience, friends' experience? What's it like, Raj?
Yeah, it's a real experience plus my parents' experience, because my parents had a love marriage. They eloped from the house, ran away to a different city, then got married, then came back. So yeah, and my father's a
Also,
gem of a person. So I've always seen him treating my mom like a queen, and yeah, so I always feel like every man should, be like that. And my mom is amazing as well.
that's
So I feel
insane.
like there's a like two equals coming together and multiplying their powers. So that's what I
That
believe in, and
explains that
that's where my
line
content comes out.
that explains a line which I really like, where she stands up for her dream, but she also makes sure that she stands up for yours. So every experience that you actually look out there, it somehow affects you. And do you write your content? I mean, I'm just curious.
Yeah, yeah. No, I only write the tweet, like I told you, like there's one pick,
Those
and
notes.
when there's notes, and then when we are about to create the content, all of a sudden I'm talking to my team and be like, okay, now this leads to this leads to this leads to this, done, content, shoot.
That's insane, man. What is your next, like your decade plan, like next 10 years? Have you thought about it? Because you think so much about like money and content
Long
and
term planning, yeah.
yeah. Do you have any long-term plans?
I have planned a very good thing for myself is like I want to become a full time investor now. I am an investor, but I completely want to keep my business and all of that aside, let it grow automatically, and I will only focus on analyzing new business and helping them up, and analyze new content creators, helping them up become larger than life. That's the only goal I have, like with whatever I have, with the expertise, with the communications, with the money, all of that I'm going to put in the companies. So two specific ways for the next decade is, one, help people in communicating with iGeners or millennials, so that companies, let's say if some company who's in the corporate boring, let's say making steel, they don't know how to communicate with millennials now. I'm going to help them create content in a way so that their communication reflects whatever they're feeling. That's one. And then invest in a couple of small startups who are really looking for money, who are really looking for the kind of expertise which I can bring on the cap table, and then starting helping them grow as well. That is the
Fantastic.
plan for the decade.
Fantastic, man. I'm going to do a quick 10 with you. This is the end of the interview, and this is just like fun stuff. Okay. Are you all set?
Okay.
All
Done.
right. So, what is Raj's favorite food?
Pani puri, without a doubt.
What is the one city in the country that you love going back to all the time?
Wow, it's very hard. Mumbai or Indore, I can't decide.
What about Indore really stands out for you?
Love, home. That's it.
Is there a writer who you are completely obsessed with?
Writer. It's a tough one. I think Gary Vaynerchuk, if you can consider him a writer, then yeah.
A series that you binged at some point of time in your life and you totally recommend it to other people?
Game of Thrones. Absolutely. Without a doubt. It's a very generic one, but the highly recommended one. I've learned all my public speaking through that.
What else did you learn from Game of Thrones? This is a
Public speaking, dialogue delivery. That's it.
Nothing else? Are you sure?
Nothing. Yeah, I don't want to comment on anything.
Well, yeah, we'll not get into that. That was just a side question.
Yeah.
Is there a podcast that you're currently listening to that you think is cool, and do you think that's a new space that audio is looking at right now?
Yeah, Figuring Out by Raj Shamani.
That's amazing. Great plug-in. Eh? Is there a book that you have seen at an airport you've picked up and you've enjoyed reading?
Yeah, from July, you're going to see a book by Raj Shamani.
I knew that was the answer that's coming. How do you learn to plug in literally any thought into 30 seconds? If there's one big tip to every content creator out there, how do you keep it concise, to the point, and under 30?
Be shameless and honest about whatever you're doing. That's it. Like, just own it. That's if you want to plug in anything, if in your content, just be shamelessly honest about it. Right? That's it. That's the only game. People try to hide it. Okay. That most of the people are trying to hide it. They're like, oh, if I do something like this, then people are not going to notice it. No, people will notice it. People know that this is a sponsored game. So if they already know it, why not be shameless about it? Like, bro, I have bills to pay. I have a house to run. I am doing this for money. Take it.
So just be authentic and say your story as it is, and that is exactly
own it. Own it. Right? Be shameless about it. Because see, no matter who you are, there are still going to be at least 10,000 people like you who are exactly going through the same thing which you are going through. So yeah, you already are communicating with 10,000 people. Just talk to them. These 10,000 people will make other 100,000 people like you because they love you. That's the game.
Fantastic. So just get your pool right, and then after that, it's just an organic process that multiplies.
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
Your shout out to any Jenno, I learned that word from you. I'm so proud today. to make sure that their head is in the right game, because there's so many opportunities, there's so much of competition. There are so many people who are creating content constantly. How do they make sure they stick up for what they do and do it right? Because I think in our generation, at least in mine, there were lesser people playing different games, but now it's like there's so much of confusion, there's mental health issues. How do they make sure that they still hit the nail on the head?
Oh, number one is stop thinking about there's a lot of competition, because the competition has gone up, but also the consumption has gone up. So the opportunities are equal, or in fact more than what it used to be before. So stop thinking of this way, that the opportunity is going bigger, tens and thousands of other content creators. You are consuming 10 content creators. Why you feel that, oh, there's so much competition? So you need to first think about this way, that there are endless opportunities, because I see this world in a black and white way, right? Either the black side or the white side. Focus on white. Now, the second thing is, if there's one thing you don't want you to wrap your head around, is stop comparing yourself with other content creators. That's it. You don't know what Raj goes through in his life. You don't know what Raj has been doing since years. You don't know Raj's story. You don't know Raj's backup. You don't know Raj's entire story, right? So stop comparing yourself with Raj. You're just comparing Raj's numbers with yourself, right? You're not comparing anything else, because you don't know about anything else.
You so stop comparing that he goes through while he goes down 55 floors. So yeah, stop putting yourself in his shoes.
Exactly. Plus, there's a lot of people start comparing. They don't understand that I have like I'm able to do this full time now because I've built a solid backup in last 8 years. Right. And there, if I show you my notes, I think there's soon I'm going to post a picture about it. There are 9 books which are filled, like notebooks, which are filled by writing 1 page daily. And these are, I'm not talking about like small books. These are like 500 pages books. And there are 9 books which are filled just by writing it. Every day I was writing speeches. Every day I was writing speeches. This is what I've done. This is before my content creation game.
Absolutely.
So this is what, yeah. And then at that time, I was not sure whether I can pick this thing up or no. Today, I'm sure because now I feel that I can sustain the way I'm living for next 2 years without caring about the money, without caring about anything else.
It's been an absolute pleasure having you, man. You're just like such a ball of energy and positivity and optimism. Thank you so much for being with us. Your final shout out to anybody who's watching this about how to keep the positivity alive, how to be successful as a content creator.
Number 1, start doing. Number 2, keep doing till you fucking win.
I love that. That should be a 10-second reel for you. Is there a new piece that you have that you want to give me like 30 seconds of? Maybe you're going to put it out shortly. This will anyway take some time.
I don't know. There's no piece like right now. I'm just thinking about what to create actually. There's one piece I think if you want to read two lines, it's just in front of me. Like, you won't be able to earn lakhs in your life if you don't focus and work hard for the single rupee which you can do right now.
Oh my God, I can't believe that from 1 rupee to lakhs to 200 crores to maybe, I don't know, I'm predicting it for you, 10,000 crores. Take it, man. Lots of love to you, Rajkumari. It's not just the 1 million followers that you're going to hit shortly, but you're going to do this, and not just for yourself, for the entire community of content creators and entrepreneurs. So all the best with your journey, and thanks so much for joining us in this podcast.
Thank you so much for having me here. I absolutely loved being here. Like, you're such an energy. Thank you so much for doing this.
This was brought to you by HT Smartcast.
HT Smartcast.